in a day's work for the Squadron Supreme, Earth's mightiest heroes.
We got it locked from your block to the comic shop.
Listen, share, rate, and subscribe to Hip Hop Marvels Podcast, available on all podcast platforms and apps and streaming services. Available on Pandora, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more.
Yo, this your boy Frank Nick. And there's rules if you want to get in this Marvel Studios. Don't nobody get in this motherfucker. So rule number 1, don't pop your ass up. Don't bring no extra niggas. And you better be ready to write, direct, produce some hot shit, or you will not get in. Marvel Studios, nigga, you know what it is. Frank Nick, let's go.
We got it locked from your block to the comic shop.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
1 2 1 2. Hip Hop Marvels. Marvelous, Marvin Hagler of verses, Hearns whenever Bash take turns on verses. Curses on whoever stepping near the bomb epicenter. The inventors of hallways y'all can't enter. So any villain type of step up, he get injured. We pull out pins and link up like the defenders.
The end of your road, playboy, of course you're center the fold. I'm Bobby Drake versus Froze like I invented the code. You can't hold a candle to us with too much, you screw up. The podcast will tell you something good like Rufus. And we don't give 2 fucks with bash your territory. Get the cash and the glory while the grill tells my story.
It's getting gory, the blood, sweat, and tears took us farther. When great minds think alike, combined and onslaught ya. Xavier types that Magneto grip the microphone. Scott Summers stare a human down if I don't like its own. Metal on me like I'm Dr. Doom, piece to pick the bond. We marvelous on any beat we choose to spit upon. Bash.
It's your boy Dub Floyd, and the place to be, and in the place to be is Dub Floyd, and this is Hip Hop Marvels Podcast, your friendly neighborhood plug for all things hip hop and Marvel, where we got it locked from the block to the comic shop. And this is Volume 5, Episode 38. You know what I'm saying? We call this one here. Y'all ready?
Go ahead, hit us with it, Playboy. Can folk?
We call it Run for Cover. Run for Cover. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but, you know. You look like you were into it.
Let's run for cover, baby.
To the left of me, we got
Pat Mully, the beat bully. What's good, y'all?
You know what I mean? To the right of me, we got
E-Ray, a.k.a. Filmo Thick. You know how I like him.
How you like him?
Slim Thick with tapered ankles. All day.
All day. All day.
That is hilarious.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? How y'all feeling, man? Y'all good?
Man, it's a beautiful day, man. I woke up, the sun hit me, man. It's nice outside. I'm ready to get out.
Yeah, I mean, fall is creeping up on us, though. Like, that temperature is... Yeah, it was just dropping a little bit. It's kind of nippy outside, you know what I mean? But you know, still a great day nonetheless. You know what I mean? We got a great pod in store for you guys. So please remember to listen, share, rate, and subscribe everywhere you get your podcasts. Across the board, you name it, we're there. Just type in Hip Hop Marvels. You know, remember to hit us up on Twitter, Instagram at Hip Hop Marvels. And on Facebook, Hip Hop Marvels, all one word.
And Pat, you know, plug your Instagram, your personal Instagram, and your
yeah. That's a great idea too, because like, you know us here at Hip Hop Marvels as a collective. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you can get to know us individually. So go ahead and plug your Instagram real quick, Pat.
Yeah, just hit me up at Southern Draw 410 Entertainment. Southern Draw.
All right.
410 Entertainment.
E, where can they catch you at?
They can catch me on Lionhead Circle on my Instagram. I changed my TikTok. My TikTok is Filmo Thick 777. So 777.
That's right. And me, you know, you can reach me at DJ Dub Floyd. You know what I'm saying? On Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff.
Yeah, follow us because we'll drop like when we're gonna drop certain things too. So if you follow our Instagram and TikToks, you can see when the next episodes will be coming and everything too.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, we're gonna get right into it, man, with the timeline things.
Time teams.
Yeah, man. Disney Plus, you know, their shows, they're pushing back shows, man. They got new release dates. They're pushing a lot of shows back, and I think it's due to, we talked about this, the last two pods?
Yeah. Writers strike.
Right, yeah, the writers and, the writers and the actors strike, you know what I mean? I think it's, slowly due to that. And, yeah, man, it's having an effect on the industry in real time. Like we said, in the long run, we might end up, seeing a lot of reruns of certain shows and stuff like that. So, yeah. It's a series of shows. One being Agatha Darkhold Diaries, which used to be called Agatha and the what was it? The Chaos of.
Hold on.
It was what was it?
Hold on, because now you got me.
Yeah, it was like it was something of chaos or something like that. But they recently changed the name to
Coven of Chaos.
Coven of Chaos. Yeah.
There it is.
So they recently changed the name to Darkhold Diaries. You got which is crazy. Then you had the Echo show, which I was looking forward to based off of Hawkeye. Because Echo made an appearance on Hawkeye.
Okay.
What If season 2? I was looking forward to that.
Now, when did they push that back to?
I'm gonna get into it here in a minute. And then you got X-Men 97. You know what I mean? So you got,
I was definitely excited for that one.
Yeah. Right. So here's an article from IGN. It says Marvel has reportedly shifted the dates for Agatha Darkhold Diaries, Echo, What If second season, X-Men 97, and more amid the ongoing strikes and changes to Disney Plus's strategy. And this basically goes on to say that the SAG-AFTRA and WGA strikes obviously impacted production and development of those MCU shows, but sources have already said that Marvel wants to focus its efforts to make each title an event for fans and audiences. It plans to make that so. What is? Oh, it plans to make. What they got? What? Its plan to make that so appears to be spreading out its upcoming content releases more than ever before. Now we're getting Loki. That's set in stone because we already.
They probably already recorded that.
Not probably. That's already done. We seen trailers, like numerous trailers. We know that Loki is coming, which is dope. I'm looking forward to that. And how it would tie into, the rest of, the future of the MCU.
They said we need to watch another episode again. Over again.
Of Loki?
Yeah.
Did they say what episode?
Hold on 1 second, because I was reading it and I was like, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna bring it up.
But yeah, so we got Loki. So and then the next thing that was slated was Marvel's What If season 2. Mm-hmm. But that isn't set to arrive until near Christmas Day.
What about the show they did on Disney Plus where they did a Marvel? Where they did the thing and it was like in black and white. And they had the hunters.
That was the one shot. That was the one shot. Werewolf by Night.
Yeah, that was cool. I would love to see him do another one of those.
Yeah, that was hard. Werewolf by Night was definitely a dope show. I don't know. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Yeah, that was definitely had Man Thing in it and everything.
Yeah, that was the one reason I really.
Yeah, loved it. And they did it like I don't know if it was it looked like visual effects. Man Thing. Yeah, it looked like visual effects. So yeah, that was dope.
CGI.
But I don't know if they're gonna continue to do these one shot, type of shows. But especially with everything going on, it seems like they're trying to slow down some things, Yeah. And it says, that Echo, which is a spinoff from Hawkeye, was going to be released on November 29th, but is now slated to have all of its episodes drop in January 2024. So Echo was coming out this year, but now that's pushed back. So they, and then the X-Men 97, which I was really looking forward to because it's like a reboot of.
I kind of think we all were.
Yeah, reboot of the old, X-Men the animated series. And it says X-Men 97, which looks to pick up the torch of the iconic 1990s X-Men series, was going to have a fall 2023 debut before Disney shifted it to early 2024. So, and then lastly, Agatha Darkhold Diaries, which was seemingly just changed from its previous known title of Agatha, like you said, Coven of Chaos, was announced for winter 2023. Now, the Catherine Hahn-led series won't hit Disney Plus until early fall 2024 as a lead up to Halloween. So, all of these changes, due to these strikes, and I think they're strategizing. They're stretching stuff out. If you give everybody everything now with the strike going on, then who's going to create more content later?
No more content.
You know what I mean? Who's going to create more content later? So, we're going to be looking forward to all of these dates. You know what I mean? I'm taking it with a grain of salt. This whole strike. And just trying to see how everything turns out. And, we just got to play the waiting game.
Yeah.
I hope they get it together, though.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely play upon this. Hey, Marvel, come on, everybody get it together. Disney, get it together. Everybody get it together. Playboy, come on.
And speaking of getting it together, and speaking of this whole strike, right? And speaking of Disney.
Okay.
So, like you stated, E, today is a beautiful day. My wife and I got up this morning, and normally in the mornings, we'll make a cup of coffee or something like that, and we'll watch the news. So, my wife, we gets up and she says, turn to ABC, So I proceed to turn to ABC for us to take a look at the news, and
it's not there no more.
Nah.
Yeah, the news was gone, man.
It's not there.
So,
no sports, ESPN.
Right. That was my next thing. So that was the next thing. So I was, I said, hell, let me check out, I normally check out sports and stuff. Turn to ESPN. Nothing. So they had a little splash screen up or whatever. And it was pretty much stating that, Spectrum tried to come to an agreement, had come to a new deal with Disney. They tried to upcharge them.
Yeah.
And now, Spectrum, as a cable company, has no Disney,
no channels.
No, Disney related channels.
No Skip, no Sherman.
No. No, nothing. You know what I mean? So,
Disney owns a lot.
And I got this, it says on the day the college football seasons kicked into gear, ESPN, ABC, and other Disney-owned channels were pulled from Spectrum Cable Thursday evening amid a breakdown in negotiations over carriage fees.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So it said the channel went dark at 5 p.m. and were replaced by a message from Spectrum, like I said, to customers saying it hopes to restore the programming soon. And,
let's get it together.
I called my wife from the other room. She was in the room doing something, and I called her in, the living room. I'm like, babe, there's no ESPN, no ABC,
nothing.
But I equate it, and this is my theory. I equate it to the strikes again. You know what I'm saying? The strikes is trickling down, and it's
of course,
into many different facets of the entertainment industry, and. My thing is that, Disney knows that it's going to take some losses on new content soon. So we're going to upcharge cable companies, you know what I'm saying, to get some of that bread back.
Well, they cut all, ESPN, they did that drastic, just like, they Thanos a lot of cats, in your words, Playboy, they was like, You know what I'm saying? Half of ESPN was gone.
He said,
and then your man Cameron and you know what I'm saying, and Maceo, you know what I'm saying, and Murder, you know, they took over the sports.
you know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah, they definitely did.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's you know, it's crazy to watch, and you know, like I said, we're gonna continue to keep our ears glued to the TVs and look out for what's to come next out of this whole ordeal because it's affecting everything.
Yeah.
You know, so now it's like, you know, and for me, like, we only kept cable for the news anyway. So it's like, what the hell are we going, you know what I mean? Because normally, you know, we don't really watch regular, like, primetime TV.
Yeah.
We have, like, a bunch of streaming services and stuff like that. So,
Well, you do know you can stream the news.
Yeah.
yeah, I know that. Oh, yeah.
I don't even know how they
Low-
really
low-
survive
low-
in
low
tell you
key.
the truth.
We're not gonna promote that low key. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
We do know we can stream the news. But
No, what he's saying though, legally though. Legally,
no, I,
like,
no,
you
I
can do
know,
that.
I know.
But like, you know what I'm saying? I really don't see how Spectrum is even like, are these cable companies still living, you know, with Prime, you know what I'm saying? You get Prime and all these other stuff because they're offering the same things. You can get local news channels as well. So, you know.
Oh yeah,
Real
most
talk.
definitely. Yeah, most definitely, man. Yeah, local news channels. I mean, you can get that in abundance. I mean, because ABC is it's going to be on prime time TV. It's going to be on TV, you know, regular television. But yeah, for cable owners, it's a tough one, man. Especially if you like that Disney content. You know what I mean? ESPN is like pretty.
Well, they got
no more televised games. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, the cable providers get changed like every how many years?
Yeah.
It's always a change.
Yeah, somebody buy them out because what was it? Time Warner, and then Spectrum bought out Time Warner. I think they got was it Chatham or something like that, or Charter. I think that was the other one. So like they kind of buy each other out in different regions or whatever.
Yeah, most definitely. I do want to segue. It's still results of the strike. You know what I'm saying? So, it's an article from Vulture. It said overworked and underpaid VFX workers vote to unionize at Marvel.
Man, and that, like, we were talking a little earlier off camera. I was telling you about like a lot of like when Lucas Films and like the Lucas Ranch, a lot of Disney purchased that with the whole, you know, Lucas Film stuff. So a lot of those guys, you know, like I said, you know, they're probably working and doing the visual arts, but like if they don't have the people doing the voiceovers, the actual actors and everything like that, I see how it's going to affect a lot of people, and like people money gonna be kind of funny. People money gonna be funny. You know what I'm saying? So
my money's funny and my credit won't get it.
I might have to go to. They might have to go to Tubio.
So you know the article says call it the Hollywood labor organizing version of Avengers Assemble. On the heels of more than a year's worth of damning disclosures around Marvel Studios' systematic overworking and underpayment of visual effects workers on its blockbuster movies and streaming series. VFX crews at Marvel have finally petitioned to demand union recognition from the studio. You know what I'm saying? It says on Monday, a group of more than 50 employees filed a petition for an election to be represented by the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees, better known as the IATSE, with the National Labor Relations Board. The workers are asking for the election to be held as early as August 21st. Well, that been passed, you know what I'm saying? This marks the first time visual effects professionals have banded together to demand the same rights, wages, protections, and professional watchdog oversight enjoyed by workers in almost every other segment of the entertainment industry. This is the first time. So I'm wondering how that's going to get broken down. Like, how do you, because I reckon that visual effects people get paid one time or, you know, per movie or whatever. I never heard of visual effects people getting paid residuals. you know, from movies, and I'm wondering if that's what they're going for or going towards.
How would that work?
Right.
I'm wondering if they work like per project. So they're giving, okay, this project is gonna be like a 6-month project. So X amount of dollars is gonna be proportion, and you get this amount as this section of like, cause there's you had to imagine there's stages. They're like beginning guys, guys has been in the field for us. So they may make, let's say, $50 an hour. This guy may make this, but they're just doing these projects where it's like a 6-month project. You working on this, you got assigned to this, but you're just getting a paycheck bi-weekly like everybody else.
Right.
I would assume that it would probably kind of work like that, but I'm like you said,
it's what do you think, Pat? Because it's hard to it's hard to decipher that. Like for me, like it's because well, now that I think about it, I mean, are they asking, you know, for residuals because they were involved in that movie, so therefore anything
moving forward,
right? Yeah. Just like with actors, you know, hey, we acted in the movie, so anything moving forward, we want a piece. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Like, yeah,
as long as they're involved in it, I can see that happening. But if they're not even a part of that next part of the movie, just because you were part of the first one, you think you deserve to have that?
I think what maybe is
that what we're saying? I think because how will residuals work?
Well, I think Dub's talking about on that particular movie. So like you got one graphic artist and he has this scene. So let's say he's a Hulk scene and he's doing CGI on Hulk and he makes Hulk explode through a wall and he you know what I'm saying, uses the CGI software and he uses like, I think one of them is called Maya. They got different type of software for graphics design, 3D modeling and everything like that. Right. So it takes time to create something that looks like 3-dimensional, it looks realistic. And so he's like, well, you know, this movie's getting watched over and over. It's just like somebody getting points on a rap album. You know what I'm saying? Like they say they got 30 producers on one album.
And that's how I think they're gonna try to attack that. You know what I'm saying? The same way. Like, hey, now they're gonna have to maneuver through this new age process though, because we're no longer watching movies on VHS. No. We're no longer watching DVDs. Mm-hmm. I mean, some people are like, I've just seen like a advertisement for I think it's like 2 Marvel movies or 2 Marvel shows. I think WandaVision and it was another one they're gonna put on Blu-ray. So apparently people are still watching Blu-ray, but it's not as popping as it was. Yeah, you know.
So it's just like it's like anything else. Everything's going digital versus having a tangible physical product. Like with anything with music and media, like it's all media now. So you can stream pretty much anything that has to do with music, movies, anything like that, any kind of visuals or sounds. So you're not going to have the tangibles anymore, but you do have people that are collectors. So, you know, they probably like my man, what's his name? Nipsey, when he was selling his albums for like $1,000. Right. And he made like 1,000 albums and then he sold them for $1,000 or something like that. So that will probably be the next stage, you know what I'm saying, where it'll be collector's item. We're only making 30 of these.
Right, yeah. Yeah, no, I feel that. And you know, I'm all about, you know, these are the people, the actors, the people behind the scenes, the VFX personnel. Like these are the people that make it happen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Directors, you know, so pay these people.
I was always under the assumption that all those people were paid well. Honestly,
for real,
really was
for real. Like to make some like such groundbreaking like shit, like you know, blockbuster hits.
Exactly. I always assumed that.
They got
great
it.
For that.
Yeah, they got it. You know what I'm saying?
I was wrong.
Yeah.
You would think like some of them would even exceed some of these actors. You know, payments. You know what I'm saying?
Like when we're talking about visual effects, I would never think, you know, that they would have to, for the first time ever, that they would have to do something like this to unionize.
And that only means something down the pipeline ain't right.
What type of labor practices are they doing at these studios?
Well, look. Okay, let's talk. Let's go a little deeper. I don't want to take too much time, but look at Aaron Blaze. He was a Disney artist, right? Mm-hmm. when they were before they went to like the digital, you know, they had these desks where they would draw, and they had to draw so many, and they were commissioned to draw so many. So when he worked for Disney, he got a paycheck from Disney as, you know what I'm saying, a person that was an employee of Disney. But then he started doing freelance. So like they started doing contracts and say, okay, you give us 30 pages of Lion King of this, and they give him, okay, this is what this storyline is, you know, whatever. And then they became to that, and then they became kind of like Uber drivers now, you know what I'm saying? They're contractors, you know what I'm saying, contract workers. So they're not employees anymore. So they don't have to worry about, you know, medical or anything like that. So they like, you know, freelance guys. So that's what the game went to. And that's probably that can equate to what you're talking about as well. You know?
Right, yeah. Another part of the article, it says the petition for voluntary union recognition from Marvel and its parent company Disney arrives amid what the Los Angeles Times has taken to calling the hot labor summer. A cultural inflection point when both the Writers Guild and Screen Actors Guild are on strike against the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, halting productions across Hollywood and throwing the upcoming movie release corridor into chaos. Just as crucially, however, VFX's newly strident demands for a seat at the collective bargaining table also play out against a backdrop of increasing fan displeasure with the quality of computer-generated imagery in Marvel Studios' movies and series, coming perhaps not coincidentally just months after the firing of Marvel's president of post-production and VFX, Victoria Alonso. So that, I guess, the VFX personnel, they're getting these critiques from these fans. So it's like, yo, if for us to deliver, we need to get paid. You know what I'm saying? For us to deliver, we definitely need to get paid.
Wow.
You know, so I mean, you know, once again,
that's crazy.
You know, we're gonna, you know, keep our eyes open.
Not getting paid.
Yeah.
That's
right.
crazy.
Yeah. Pay these people.
I'm just sitting here thinking about, I'm like, how are they not getting paid?
But how do you pay? Like my here, I'm trying to like make it make sense to me as far as saying like, so like, you know, we talk about a producer and like, you know, Kanye would have like 20 producers on one beat. How do you pay all these guys when there's this amount of money and you pay 30 producers and, you know, give them points or whatever?
Well, my thing, how many hours go into a motion picture?
Yeah, I mean, a lot.
Or visual effects and
6
CGI
months to
for
a
that
year.
matter.
Yeah.
Visual effects or CGI for that matter. I reckon that it takes,
you know,
like,
I don't think a set salary would work.
A lot of man hours
for somebody who's, you're getting paid this, but you're still putting this amount of time in for this motion picture. I'm sorry, you would have to be paid hourly.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
You would have to be. And that's the only way it works in my mind.
But if they're paid hourly, do you pay them hourly? Do you give them points or like you were talking about one of the last episodes where people are saying they're getting 99-cent checks from their points or whatever. So how do you equate the points?
But that's what I'm saying.
Views or streams.
But that's what I'm saying. Like they're I guess now is the time to strike for anybody who feels that they've been getting, you know, done dirty. You know what I'm saying? Because we're in a different day and age, and streaming is ruling the world right now.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's no more, like, even in the music industry, there's no more CDs like that. There's no more VHSs. There's no more, like, you know, you can get these things if you are like a collector of like tangible shit. But for the most part, people don't care about that shit. They just want to see the content. And as long as you pumping it out, they're gonna, you know, watch it. So the cheat code that these streaming services have over on these actors and, you know, different personnel that's creating this content for these companies is that they have all the stats.
Yeah.
Right? But they're not sharing it. You know what I'm saying? So they're not sharing the stats. So these actors don't really know what they getting. You know what I'm saying?
Just like Snoop was saying, he was like, "How does this streaming thing work?" You know, he was like, "Because I'm not seeing it."
Yeah,
Right. You know what I'm saying? But and let's take it to the music tip. You got to have a certain amount of streams to even get like what $1 or something, or 1 cent or some shit.
But that's the thing, though.
Like,
so how many people you think it would take to make a one movie? So you got to think about all the people that build the sets, the people who do the CGI or the effects people. You got the sound people in the studios, the actors themselves,
all the way down to the people that
producers.
cater food, like everybody.
So that's what. I mean, I'm talking people, actual contributor. They contribute, but like the actual contributors.
You talking about as far as the content is concerned. Okay.
So that could be 1,000 people. So how do you split? Like I could see like a movie of like Barbie. What does it made? Like $3 or $4 billion or something like that.
Yeah, Barbie made a grip.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact number, but Barbie made a grip.
So the people who actually put the money up, they're gonna get their dibs first. But then everybody else got to divvy up. All like you guys said, you got all these different people who are, or in the eyes of like what we think about of a music, they're producers. So if I made this 30-second, because that 30 seconds of that CGI could have took 3 months.
For facts.
Yeah.
But how do you like?
Very true.
Do you get paid at one time for that, or do you get constantly get paid over?
That's
over
what
time?
That's what I think that is going on now, and they don't, because you got to realize, like, if you got a whole fleet of VFX workers, right?
Mm-hmm.
You might get one movie, like I was telling E, off camera. You might get a movie. I might get 3 movies. E might get 8 movies or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What you gonna do? You get what I'm saying? After your one movie is done, you get what I'm saying?
I got to grind to get another movie.
Yeah, you got to get another contract.
So this is for some of those folks. This is where this unionization comes in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, all right, even if I do one movie and it takes off, I can still benefit from it.
Of course.
You know,
it's just how do they do it?
You know what I mean?
It has to be structured a certain way. Like you said, like we talked before, it has to be fair for both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, most definitely, man.
Or how so 1 million streams, what does that equate to? And what level do I get this percentage? Because if I'm a higher contributor to this product, of course I should get more. If I contribute like maybe a 5-second scene, it would still help the movie. But do I get like every 10,000 streams I get $1? That's the other upside. That's how you probably seeing people like making like 90 cents or getting a check for $9. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not. But then if their company is holding the streaming, the actual streaming of it, or if the movie doesn't stream as well, that's probably what you're getting.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's no way to know the real numbers. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
they got to be transparent. So basically they need to be transparent, have a system, and have a ranking of how you go.
Or they should just buck the system and just sabotage everything.
Oh, man. Then we won't get great movies and stuff.
Which leads us into our next topic.
Go ahead, man.
Buck the system, sabotage everything. Just like my man 50. Start throwing equipment. Start launching.
Nah, boy, we don't want to do that, B.
The way he did it, though, I was like, that was cool.
Start launching equipment. That's what the actors and everybody should do. Like, fuck this shit. The VFX people start throwing MacBooks and start throwing shit. Just wreck it. Just throw, you know what I mean?
Catering people throwing food.
Chaos. Anarchy.
So yeah. The homie Curtis Jackson, you know what I'm saying? The homie 50 Cent is he's a suspect now.
Criminal battery, man. That's crazy.
G-Unit.
You know what I'm saying? It was an incident at one of his shows, and he was in LA. You know what I mean? Doing his on his tour. You know what I mean? Which is rocking throughout the country, and. What was he? He was frustrated.
He was frustrated with his mic.
He was having mic issues, and it was. But when I seen the video, it was like it was like 2 or 3 mics he went through.
Yeah, he went to. Yeah, that's why he was so frustrated.
I would have been mad too, man. Like, hey, somebody sound people. Yeah, come on, man.
What Method Man said, sound man sabotage and shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like 50 got as mad as Biggie did when Biggie threw that bottle at Big Cap. That threw that water bottle at him. Yeah. Remember the records was warping. Shit. Biggie was like, "Yo, what the hell, man?" Lil C's was over there cracking up. But yeah, he got as frustrated as that.
Yeah,
so
you could tell.
But yeah. So TMZ, you know, they broke the story first, and it said, 50 Cent's attorney Scott Lehman, told TMZ, "Let's be very clear. As I told LAPD this afternoon, my client Curtis, aka 50 Cent, would never intentionally strike anyone with a microphone."
Yeah.
Now listen to that statement.
Yeah.
Like, I think of so many like hip hop records where it's like they use the mic as a weapon or whatever, like, but they talking about it verbally.
Yeah.
And he actually you know what I mean? How many mics do we rip on the daily? Many mornings. Say many. Say many men.
Yeah.
many men.
Now I don't think but let's be clear. He intentionally like target this woman. He wasn't trying to hurt anybody. I don't think he was being malice. I mean, we have seen him get on like some random fan or something, grab his butt or whatever, and he kind of like woof, you know what I'm saying? Cause 50 a pretty, strong cat. But in this instant, I don't think he was being malice and trying to hurt anyone.
Right.
I mean, we do want to be clear on that.
Right, his attorney said, anyone saying something different doesn't have all the facts and is misinformed. And then it said TMZ, they learned that 50 Cent is now a suspect in a criminal felony battery report.
That's crazy,
because Power 106 radio host Brianna Mungane was the woman hit. And when I seen the picture, she took a hit, bro. I'm talking about, she took a one for the team for real. Like,
honestly, the way that bruise looked like she got hit with a rubber bullet.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, that he launched that thing.
Yeah.
And it says, Brianna Mungane was the woman hit, and she filed a police report. They believe 50 threw the mic at his crew in the production area, and it hit her. I guess she was just in the way.
Yeah, she just.
Me personally, I don't think he was like, for what though? Like, why would he hit? Why would he just like you?
Yeah.
Like if that's how it is at a 50 concert, I do not want to go.
Yeah.
50 isn't.
I'm out there rocking.
Calculated.
Could you imagine that?
Hold up. I mean,
out there rocking, you like.
I think I'll take a mic to the head.
Like you. Yeah.
But he's gonna get paid. We know what it is. She, what I'm saying, she know 50 got money. He got bread. That's what it is. I don't think he's gonna get. Hopefully, with our justice system, I hope he don't get criminal charges or felony.
I mean, let's cut her some bail though. Like, I mean, she may know, 50 has money.
She should get
like
paid.
That. She definitely should get paid though, because like all she did was go to a concert. She did nothing wrong. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna shoot her some bail on that, and then I'm gonna also shoot 50 some bail because I don't think he intentionally targeted her.
Exactly, but look, 50 is the king of taking situations like this and turning them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
In his favor. So let's watch.
Let's wait and see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. He's the king of that. The mastermind at that.
Yeah, he's very methodic when stuff like this happens, and he knows how to really move.
But I do think he should be.
Like this.
Yeah, I do think he should be proactive in like reaching out to her and making sure she's good. You know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure he did.
And I'm sure he did. Yeah. But see, TMZ is reporting, they said that the victim told the cops that 50 looked directly at her before throwing the mic. I don't want to laugh at the situation. Man. But
I'm gonna laugh.
Come on.
But just like I said, I can't imagine 50 being like in mid concert and just like a random motherfucker just grilling him down and saying, you. Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. I don't see that happen.
Or unless,
like
you said, she was part of like one of the radio stations, right? Unless he may have felt, which I doubt this. I'm just
you just speculating.
Yeah, unless he felt like she had
Speculations.
something to do with the mic quality that it was going on, he may have threw it. Looked
Why
at
would
her and
she
said-
have anything to do with the
But that's
mic
what
quality?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you know,
she's a radio host attending the 50 Cent show to attend the 50 Cent show. Like, she's not
So he
like,
looked at her and was like, "This is your fault."
yeah, you know, like you like, or you had something to do. Your radio station had something to do with
once
this.
again, if going to a 50, I love 50 to death.
Yeah, that's my dude
Bro,
too.
I love 50 to death. If going to a 50 Cent concert entails that, I don't want to go. Like, because there's a chance I might leave with black eye, missing limb or something.
I think this is the first
You know
time
what
we
I'm saying?
heard
Like-
anything happening since this whole tour.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
tour,
the whole
this is
tour
like-
was going by clean. He was
Yeah.
bringing people out,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Going to different cities.
Nah,
like,
I did see
representing.
him mush. He mushed somebody. Somebody came and grabbed him and he kind of mushed him.
I mean,
But that, you know,
It
that's,
wasn't- it
you know
wasn't-
those
yeah.
fans can get a little handsy.
Yeah, but
it wasn't serious enough to.
yeah, it wasn't nothing like that.
It wasn't serious enough to, like, you know, document
Yeah.
that. Not as serious as this. Now, I just hope this doesn't become a trend where, you know, because, you know, Cardi B had the same situation.
Yeah,
But see, to her defense, somebody threw a drink. You don't know what's in that drink.
yeah,
You don't know what's in the drink.
It's crazy, but did you
It
see
could have
the-
been anything.
acid. Yeah,
Did y'all
Bleach.
see that whole video when she was like, "Throw some water on me," and hey, here comes water.
Yeah,
And then
See,
all of a sudden, there's a whole other part of that video of the beginning.
She actually said throw
Yes,
water on
she
me.
said it's hot up here. Y'all throw some water on me.
Oh, somebody said, hey, here you go.
So what happened?
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Wow. You know what I'm saying?
that's crazy.
So I just don't, you know, want it to become a trend because, I mean, lately, and it's been in abundance since the pandemic ended, where the fans are trying to jump on stage and run and interact with people on stage and vice versa. You got artists jumping off the stage to whip motherfuckers'
well,
ass.
you seen Lloyd.
Like,
You seen Lloyd when he was overseas, and he pushed one of the security guards. He's like, "You get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck up out of here, partner!" And then
you talking about Lloyd Banks?
Lloyd Banks, yeah. I just seen a clip the other day, and he was like, he was somewhere in Europe, and he was doing it Amsterdam or somewhere, and he was like, the crowd was right there, and he told all the security, he said, y'all get back, and he went over to the crowd and started rocking. So like, you know, Method Man and Redman used to jump in the crowds and stuff, like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but it's a lot different nowadays, though. You got people trying to take your chain.
Yeah.
You hear female artists saying, "Oh, they getting fondled out in the crowd, like jumping out there." Like, but then you got it. I mean, I'm just saying, it's like it's a give and take with the artists and the fans, because you got fans running on stage. Look what happened right at was it during or right? No, it was right after the pandemic when Dave Chappelle had that show. The dude had a gun with a knife attached.
Yeah.
You had a situation like that just recently. Big Daddy Kane, he was rocking overseas. No, he was rocking in Canada. I think it was somewhere in Canada, and I just heard the guy tell his side of the story. But a guy walked out. Big Daddy Kane just rapping, you know what I'm saying, doing his thing, getting busy, and the guy just walks in front of the stage and just stands there with his arms crossed like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kane's still rapping, and Kane's like, hold on, stop the music. Like, bro, man, like, what you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Then Kane, you know, he proceeded to, like, I know Kane was getting ready to get at him. You know what I'm saying? Guy, he came out with his side of the story and said that he was supposed to go on before Kane, after Master Ace. Master Ace, they were supposed to go on before Master Ace, but the people at the venue said Master Ace was on. So they said, cool, he could rock first, we'll go on after him. They thought they were going on, and then
Big Daddy Kane
was on. Yeah, so he just made a statement.
And let's
But you
be
don't
clear.
but you don't make a statement like that. You don't do that.
And let's
You know
be
what I'm
clear about this too. We don't know everybody's mental state.
That's the case with that's the case with everyday life, for real.
I'm gonna be on guard on that too. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Hey, look. I was taught, hey, look, be judged by 12 rather than carried by 6. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, you know, like Pat was saying, I'm sure 50's gonna turn this around. The tour is still dope, you know, 50's final lap tour, you know what I mean? But you know, I'm sure he didn't intentionally.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I
don't
mean?
think so.
She said he looked at her. I don't know. Maybe she seen something that I don't know.
She seen cha-ching. Dollar signs, partner. For real. Hey, listen.
You know, they say you see stars when you get hit.
Yeah,
You
she
see
saw some
dollar
stars.
signs.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
sir. Yes.
But yeah. So you know,
And quick shout out to 50 and the Power with Tommy. Tommy did his thing on the first episode too. But go ahead. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I seen it this morning.
yeah, I haven't even gotten around to it yet. I think matter of fact, I actually told my wife last night. I was like, yeah, Power's back. I mean, the Force is back on. So we're gonna check it out. We're gonna see what that's looking like. But yeah, man, Mase. Your boy Murder Mase, man.
Getting that good old publishing back.
Pause.
Yeah, man. You said publishing, pause. Like just anything.
What?
Anything, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like Pat was saying, man, Mase got that good old publishing back.
That's good. That's good. That's real good to hear.
Definitely speaking on the history of between him and Puff and everything. So I think that's great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. That's something that he wanted for years.
Yeah.
I'm glad he got him back.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah, I think
Murder Mase.
It's something he been wanting to do for years, and
Yeah, because they was going at it for a minute about it. They was like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, the receipts is in your mama. Your mama got the receipts.
Yeah, matter of fact,
you know
what was
saying?
that? Yeah, what was that?
Yo, he was.
Yeah, what was that about though?
Well, he wanted to publish it, and he was saying like, he's like, Puff had like big. He wouldn't give it to his mom's. You know what I'm saying? Mrs. Wallace, he wouldn't give like big, and then his kids. You know what I'm saying? Because that publishing, you can give it to your kids. This is, you know what I'm saying? It's like a trust fund. You can just keep giving, let them have it, the royalties and all that stuff, and that could be a part of your estate. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. So I got this article from Complex. It says Mase is celebrating a win, at least according to Cameron. The Dipset rapper took to Instagram on Wednesday to celebrate the Mase getting his publishing back from Diddy.
Harlem World.
He said, just finished the paperwork for that yesterday. Congrats, Mase, Killer Cam wrote. In the same breath, Cameron also pushed the upcoming release of his next tape, The Lost Files Volume 1, set to release on September 8th, alongside a clip of a new song from the project. The Lost Files apparently doesn't include a feature from Mase. He said, my nigga Murder had to sit this one out, Cam wrote.
But again, folks, let me tell you about this too. I don't know how true it is, but I kind of saw this the other day too. Like just a quick tidbit. I think they were saying like Trump signed this bill. It's called like the get your royalties. Get your publishing and stuff back. He just recently signed a bill like right before he got out of office, whatnot. And I saw like on something. It was like, so they made it into like a law that these artists are starting to get their publishing and stuff back from these corporations now. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna look more into it and get more depth with it. But so I'm thinking maybe that's part of it too. That now these, because it's a certain time limit that where you can get your publishing and stuff back as well.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah. It says Mase was signed to Bad Boy Records in the late 90s and early 2000s. When he gave his publishing rights to Diddy for $20,000.
What?
Yeah.
20 grand. But you got to realize, it goes back to, like, we talked about this before. You're young.
Yeah.
A little piece of money look like a lot of money.
Yeah.
Especially when you never had it.
You're not thinking of the long run publishing. Here, 20 grand? Oh, here, you can take that. You're not thinking of the long run and how much money you're liable to lose and stuff like that. So
morally, I just couldn't do that to nobody. I really could.
Well, you should. We should know from like the Cadillac records and stuff like that.
No, raping you records.
Yeah.
Remember,
we'll be raping you.
You know what I'm saying? It says Mase has been forthcoming about his troubles with Diddy for the last few years, particularly when Mase slammed Diddy on social media about his publishing rights. In January 2020, Murder Mase was prompted to call Diddy out when he turned down Mase's offer to buy back his catalog for $2 million.
Mm-hmm.
Mase's social media rant also followed a speech that he gave at Clive Davis pre-Grammy Gala when the media mogul reprimanded the Recording Academy for not respecting black hip-hop and R&B artists. So he kind of like, you know what I mean, double back on that.
Can I say one thing too, real quick? I want to give a shout out to Eminem. I know I talk a lot of shit about Eminem. Like he's probably still in my top 40, but nah, he did some real shit.
Wait, hold on.
He's probably
Hey, blood. Hey, look, I'm gonna get. Hey, cousin,
you're not gonna do that casually.
for real.
Nah,
For real. He said
he's probably
in my top 40.
He's in
But
my top
anyway,
40.
like no,
but nah.
you can't.
I mean, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I mean, you can respect somebody as an individual and still critique they artwork, whatever. You know, I thought, you know what I'm saying? So like, to me, I think he a dope MC. Don't get it twisted. I think he a dope MC, but the content and stuff that he was rapping, it was never for me, really. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but
I've heard a lot of people say that.
He shot out some, like, from poor righteous teachers to everybody who influenced him, and like, cause he got inducted, I think, to the Hall of Fame or Hard Rock, one of them. And he was saying, these people should have went before me because I wouldn't have been here without these people. And I got nothing respect for someone like that. That's man-child shit right there.
No, he's definitely a student of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely a student.
Like I said, he a dope MC. He a connoisseur of hip-hop.
Yeah.
You know, his content of, like, you know what I'm saying, wasn't really for me, but I still think he's like in sound bombing. He was fucking dope. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
Mase, he was like, you know, you bought it for $20K. I offered you $2 million in cash. He said, "This is not black excellence at all." So it's just great to hear this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It seems like he's on a good trajectory right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He ever since that $1 million worth of game interview that he did, and he reconciled with Cam. They got a sports show that just got picked up for $30 million.
Yeah.
He got his publishing back. I know new music is coming. Even if it ain't, he can do shit with his old music.
Yeah.
Like he up right now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
They gotta fix that though with my mans though. They gotta fix that with what's my man's who had the beef with Pusha T. They gotta reconcile that though. Say, you know what I'm saying? All the Dipset cats, Jim Jones.
Yeah,
they got I'm real shit. They got him, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you talking about him and Jim?
Yeah, him and Jim, like, you know what I'm saying? I know him and Cam gonna always be cool, but you know, I think that's the next piece to like reconcile that.
Yeah, that would be cool too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, so shout out to Murder Mase, man. He's still one of my favorite MCs.
Yeah.
He had some ill freestyles, especially on the crew tapes, man. Like ill freestyles, you know what I'm saying?
Legendary.
Yes,
Legendary, man.
Yes, sir.
And with that said, man, we'll be right back after this word from our sponsor. You're listening to Hip Hop Marvels Podcast, your friendly neighborhood plug for all things hip hop and Marvel, where we got it locked, block to the comic shop.
Deploy, you a genius, partner.
Are you looking for a sweet treat to brighten up your day? Do you want to support a local black-owned business that makes delicious pastries and snacks? Then you need to check out HookandKee Creations out of Sanford, North Carolina. HookandKee Creations offers a variety of mouth-watering goodies with a New Orleans flair. Cupcakes, cakes, cookies, candy apples, candied popcorn, ooey gooey bars, and more. They use fresh ingredients and homemade recipes to make every bite a delight. Whether you need a cake for a special occasion, a snack for your office meeting, or just to treat yourself, HookandKee Creations has you covered. You can order online, call, or text 919-537-9676 and follow them on Facebook and Instagram to see their latest creations and promotions. Order from HookandKee Creations today and enjoy a little taste of New Orleans, one bite at a time.
What's good? It's your player upon the 2 Chainz, you feel me? In the building. Money all the way to the ceiling.
Hey yo, what up everybody? This is Thigh Home.
Yo, this is Trackstar the DJ.
Hey yo, what's up? Black Shaman, let your constantly free and get down to the sound of PFD. This is Paris Fifth, legendary rapper PFD.
Rocking with Precise Politics.
Yo, what up? This is DJ Clips.
Hello everybody, this is Jennifer Duval.
It's your boy Sheik Luch. D-Block, all day silverback gorillas.
What's good, people? This is Eternally MC.
What's up? This your boy Wyclef Jean, aka Spider-Man. You already know I'm a superhero. What makes me a superhero? Come on. Hip Hop Marvels.
This is Hip Hop Marvels.
We are live in Hip Hop Marvels. So you know how we do all the things all the time. This is where the superheroes reside. You know what I'm saying?
Hip Hop Marvels podcast. Keep tuned in because they couldn't have bridged together a better gap. All right?
Hip Hop Marvels podcast. I'm over here marveling at all these dope sounds.
That's the chill. Hip Hop Marvels.
Right now I'm checking out Hip Hop Marvels podcast, available wherever dope podcasts are streamed.
Right now you checking out Hip Hop Marvels podcast.
Keep blazing that shit and all that.
Feel me? You're tuning to the
Hip Hop Marvels podcast. You on that? Your friendly neighborhood plug for all things hip hop and Marvel.
2 Chain Radio.
And we're back. Hip Hop Marvels podcast, your friendly neighborhood plug for all things hip hop and Marvel, where we got a lot from the block to the comic shop. I'm your boy, Dub Floyd, aka War Machine, the last Don Cheadle. Here with E-Ray, aka Phil Mo Thick. How you like him?
Slim Thick with tighter ankles
all day. Here with Pat Mully, the beat bully, aka Toxin. You know what I'm saying? Toxic on them beats. You know what I mean? Want to take a time out because I failed to do so in the beginning of the pod, but take some time out to shout out the squad. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Rick. Shout out to Wizzy. You're a genius.
Wizzy, you a genius, partner.
Shout out to Jigpool, Terry, Brandis. You know what I'm saying? The whole squadron supreme. You know what I mean?
Squadron supreme. We out here.
So yeah, man. This next segment, you know what it is. Yes, y'all.
Yes, y'all. And it don't stop.
So we gonna just kind of focus on this Ghostface Killah Red Bull freestyle real quick. Just real quick, you know what I'm saying? The Red Bull freestyle real quick.
Noodles.
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 Yo, Ghost is always gonna be in my top 5, no matter what.
Most
what nobody say.
Yeah, Ghost is in my top. I mean, we've had this conversation.
I can't even be mad at that.
We had this conversation.
I can't even be mad at
time
that.
and time again, bro. Like it's
that man's wordplay, the way he was just moving those words around. I mean, just so effortlessly. I was just like, yo.
Ghost Dini. That's my album. Bulletproof Wallet.
The pupils burn from the gaze of the sunlight. Trying to go legit this time with no gunfight. Straight flights to Ghana. My man got the gold connect. Bow-legged dude with chicks on deck. He got Navy sailors moving in crypto specs. Maybach Hummer sound like a discotheque. His brother Stan blew off his own hand. He's in the mausoleums. Couldn't show his wrist back on. It's in the Coliseum. The monster's out straight down in the Opera House. Scorpion pendant, red stone in a lobster mouth. Diamonds embroidered in the China wear. Speaking through Tesla phones. Tucked behind the ear. Snow White Royce. Guts red with lasagna chairs. Scarface party was raw with mad lines in there. Everybody holding. Rock Rollers, mad nines in there. Hitters with gold fronts frontin'. Where's the concierge? 50 years of hip hop. New York is the mascot. City is the backdrop. One more, you can holler at me. You can holler at me. Hey yo, 50 years of hip hop.
Man, listen.
Man, if you don't have a sour stomach face when you listen to that, man. Man, if you don't got the sour stomach face, blood, come on.
Man, the way Ghost be moving those words around like that, I'm just like, yo, he's still just.
Yo, it sounds like vintage Ghost.
Man. Exactly.
Like he just stepped out of 36 Chambers
exactly.
and took a time machine and just came back, you know what I mean, to the year 2023. Like
fucking roaches out the cereal box. Ghost. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, that was the Red Bull freestyle from Ghostface, man. That was refreshing to hear.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Nonetheless, very refreshing to hear. I always give Ghost his flowers, man. Wordplay is crazy charismatic. One of the dopest with the pen, man.
Yeah.
Bar none.
I always like the way he moved words around. Just and you just like what? Like you thinking like fettuccine pasta, and you just like what? Like this dude Ghost is going crazy.
Both ends crusty. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, for real, man. But yeah, Ghost is that dude, man.
Slurping and burping. My man Ghost.
But yeah, so moving on. Droppin Gems. Droppin Gems. And yeah, I want to get into you know, this episode's topic, you know what I mean, which is you know, the cultural impact and significance of the Marvel hip hop variant covers. You know what I'm saying? They were released 2015, 2016. And you can talk about covers inspired by some of the dopest classic albums in hip hop. You know what I mean? Such as like Nas's Illmatic, Dr. Dre's The Chronic, Wu-Tang Clan's Into the Wu-Tang. You got
Ready to Die.
Blowout Cone.
Midnight Marauders.
You know what I mean? Classics. You know what I'm saying? Long Live ASAP. You know what I mean? Like even, you know, even the new school. You know what I'm saying? So you know, the covers, they was meant to celebrate diversity and creativity of both Marvel and hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Which is you know, and I told this story time and time again on this podcast platform is, you know, the story is that those covers inspired hip hop Marvels, inspired me to bring it to fruition because I always knew that hip hop and Marvel entertainment, comics, whatever the case may be, I always knew that they had a special bond and that they had a lot in common and a lot of things are shared. You know what I'm saying? All the way from the birthplace. Both of them birth in New York. You know what I mean? New York City. They talk about real situations. You got people that went through some trauma. You got people with alter egos. You know what I'm saying? In hip hop, we got a lot of cats with alter egos. You know what I'm saying?
Heroes and villains.
Exactly. You got first appearances in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I always go back to one prominent one, Tupac, Digital Underground. That was his first appearance. Before you even knew Tupac, he was running with them.
Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah.
His first appearance was what? Is Roxanne Shantae's DJ?
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, it's a lot of similarities. You know what I mean? So, you know, those covers, man.
Even Jay with Jazzo.
True. You know what I'm saying? So those Marvel hip hop variant covers, they always hold like a special place in my heart because it's like the catalyst for this platform. You know what I mean? It's the catalyst for Hip Hop Marvels podcast. So I got a few questions for you guys, you know what I'm saying, related to this topic. And this is for both of y'all. So how did the Marvel hip hop variant covers reflect the themes, styles, and personalities of the original albums or artists? Like we talked about a few of them off camera. Like, do you feel that they
embodied it?
Yeah, like because they had different artists doing different covers. And shout out to we had two of them on this podcast, and I'm planning to have more. Actually three of them on this podcast. I plan to have more artists and writers of Marvel Comics. But shout out to Sanford Green. That's the homie. And shout out to Mike Del Mundo. And shout out to Afua Richardson, which she will be at this year's NC Comic-Con, Bull City. So, shout out to those three artists. We were lucky to get to chop it up with them in past episodes, and they contributed to that hip hop, that whole movement. I think it was headed by Axel Alonso at the time. He was the editor in chief of Marvel at that time, and he's big into hip hop. And he was the one that kind of suggested that. Like, hey, we need to do something with hip hop. How about we do the variant covers? And I thought it was a dope idea. I know around that time, every time a new title dropped, and it's crazy because I collect certain titles of comics, but when those variants came out, it didn't matter what it was.
Got it.
I got it because it was a hip hop cover. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, to answer your question, for me, a lot of them, yeah, and one in particular, I believe, is the Miles Nas.
Yeah, that was
they
on tops.
I can't even tell you the artist. I would have to look real quick, but whoever that artist was, they really, really embodied that with Miles being who he is and Nas at the age he was. It really fit. It really fit the backdrop and everything. I was like, yo, that is dope. So
yeah,
I believe yes. And another one was coincidentally Miles' uncle, Prowler.
Oh shit, yeah.
The Psychology 101, the Tech 9 one.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I believe that artist. I was like, yo, that was real dope for them to use that. So yeah, I think they embodied it really good. Those certain artists. And I've looked through just about all of them. I was like, every last one of them is dope.
You have any favorites that stood out to you?
Oh man, I like that cartridge, the Dark Side with Redman.
The Carnage?
Yeah, Carnage. Yeah, man. That was, because I brought me back to, you know what I'm saying, Uncle Quilly. Yeah, I brought me back.
He said Uncle Quilly.
And then I like the Dr. Dre Chronic one. That was real nice too. I like that one. That brought me. That was cool.
Oh, with Dr. Strange.
Dr. Strange, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was clever how they did that. For me, it would be it would have to be that Black Album.
Black Panther.
Black Panther, the T'Challa joint. And another one for me would be the Fugees, the score, the Ultimates. And I would say you got another one? The Fugees, the score.
The Woo.
Oh, the Squadron Supreme. How can I forget?
Yeah, exactly. And you just asked me, you got another one?
Right. How can I forget? Yeah, the Squadron Supreme Woo joint. Yeah, the Squadron Supreme Woo joint.
That one's really dope.
Yeah, that
all of them are dope though.
Yeah. And like I said, it didn't matter what title, because like some of those, like I wasn't a big like rockin' and group collector or whatever. But their variant cover was King of Rock, Run DMC, and gotta get that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
gotta get that.
You got to. Definitely do.
Then they put out the, they got the hardcover with all of them, the hardcover book where they compiled all
I
of
was just looking at that. I was just looking at that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to cop that.
Yeah.
It's probably on Amazon or something, right?
You can, I'm sure you can get it at Amazon. I got mine from Barnes and Noble.
Okay.
I'm sure it's, you could order, I'm sure you can order it. Marvel, you could probably go to Marvel and to their shop. I'm sure they got it there, But yeah, it was there's a lot of variants that that I dig or whatever. How did the Marvel hip hop variant cover showcase the diversity and representation of different races, genders, and cultures in both Marvel and hip hop?
Definitely seen it with the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill with Kamala
Khan. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, and you talking about a Pakistani Muslim girl from Jersey City. Woo, woo. Jersey City. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Chilltown, Jersey City. But yeah, that's a great example.
And then think about the Morales when the Nas, but then think about how they embrace everybody. You got the J's on. You know how that's a part of the culture. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop culture having the J's. So I mean, you see the influence.
Yeah, most definitely. So how did the covers inspire other forms of artistic expression or collaboration between Marvel and hip hop? Like,
we can look at albums like the Outkast album, how they did like the comic book kind of albums.
And that was long before, so you already know. Like, and as hip hop Marvelites out there, as you can see in our intro, we have covers from Nucleus and Africa Bambaataa, which were done by I can't remember his name off top. Oh, Bob Camp. Bob Camp, and he went on to do Ren and Stimpy, but he worked for but he worked for Marvel during that time. So they had a Marvel artist do their album covers, and this is back in the 80s. Nucleus, you know, Jam on It's Revenge, and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? So, you know,
Sean Price, the Gorilla album that he did.
Like a lot of comic book artists have worked with hip hop artists from like day one. You know what I mean?
Or was it Apes? Planet Apes.
And as far as like other artistic expression and collaboration, you got like Luke Cage, the TV series. That was heavily hip hop influenced. We just talked about it outside. You just let me know, because I thought it was only 2 Wu members in the Marvel universe, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You told me there were 3.
3, yeah.
Yeah.
It was RZA and Fist.
RZA was in Iron Fist.
And
I totally forgot that.
Yeah.
What's an Iron Fist? God.
I totally forgot that. But I already knew about Method Man and Luke Cage, and I knew about Ghostface and the deleted scene from Iron Man. I knew about that, but I totally forgot about RZA. I'm like, RZA was in Iron Fist. What the heck? Which that was like my least favorite show. But
What, Luke Cage?
No, Iron Fist. Iron Fist. Yeah,
they could have did that a whole lot better.
But yeah, you got and even now you got, you know, like you said with you know, they got the Jordan 1s releasing every time like a Miles movie comes out, a Miles Morales movie, you know, Spider-Verse movie comes out.
Wait till they come out with these Prowler joints.
Yeah. And then, you know, you got now you got whole soundtracks being done by Metro Boomin.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Whole soundtracks.
Yeah.
You had the whole soundtrack to the Black Panther movie done by Kendrick. You know, Kendrick organized and you know, orchestrated that.
And we could talk about the Black Panther and like how they took it to the town and like how they incorporated like, you know what I'm saying, the actual Black Panther Party and the Black struggle and culture into that movie as well. So
exactly.
That was dope.
Exactly. So, you know, those covers definitely have an impact on hip hop culture as a whole. And like I said, which is the premise of this show. You know what I'm saying? It's to bridge that gap, if there ever is one, between hip hop culture and Marvel Comics and entertainment. And Marvel Studios, whatever the case may be, Marvel music, anything associated with Marvel and hip hop culture, there is, you know, there's a pipeline that, you know, we a bridge that we cross daily. You're bound to hear, you hear a hip hop song, you're bound to hear a reference to Marvel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's in movies. It's in you know. So yeah, it's always that correlation, and you know, and that's what it's all about. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody that was involved with that whole movement.
Yeah,
everyone involved. There's so many artists to name.
A lot.
It's so many artists to name. And there's so many, like we'll be here all day explaining the covers that we enjoy. You know, we just wanted to highlight a few of the ones that really resonate with us, and those corresponding albums. We listen to those, like those are classics to us. You know what I'm saying? Into the 36 Chambers, Black Album. There's a Dark Side, like. You know what I mean?
101.
Right.
I'm a big Tech 9 fan.
Right. So yeah, so am I. Tech 9 fan.
And although it's not Marvel, you had the Superman song on the There Is a Dark Side album. Superman Lover.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Lover. But yeah, so yeah, these albums, like, they hold a special place in our hearts, and they're you know, like we mentioned on the last episode, I challenge the new artists to make something memorable, and you know what I mean?
Please do.
He
Please.
snapped.
Because y'all about to get snapped out of existence.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, man, that's it, man. From the boys here at Hip Hop Marvels, you know what I'm saying? Your friendly neighborhood plug for all things hip hop and Marvel, where we got it locked from the block to the comic shop. Please remember to listen, share, rate, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, all across the board. Type in Hip Hop Marvels and you got us. Remember to, you know, follow us on our individuals. Pat, you want to give yours again?
Southern Draw 410 side ENT. That's my IG. You just want to follow me on Facebook, Patrick Hardacree.
And you can follow me on Instagram. It's Slant Hair Circle. Follow me on TikTok. It's Filmo Thick 777.
And me, I'm at DJ Dub Floyd. And you can follow us at Hip Hop Marvels we're on Twitter. Well, it's X now.
Yeah.
I don't want to call it no damn X. Like it's still Twitter to me. Everybody that I talked to about that, they was like, what you mean, Twitter?
X gonna give it to you.
Yeah, it's called X now.
I'm lost.
Yeah, it's but yeah, we're on X/Twitter and Instagram at Hip Hop Marvels, and we're on Facebook, Hip Hop Marvels, all one word. And yeah, man. It's been another productive episode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I just want to give thanks to you again, Dub, man, for allowing me to be a part of this. Like, this is real. This is like cool, bro. This is not even work, bro. This is just me enjoying myself, bro. So this your flowers, bro.
No doubt. I appreciate that, man. And thank you to y'all, our viewers. You know what I'm saying? Keep rocking with us. We're gonna grow with us. That's all I can say. Just grow with us, because we're gonna continue to grow. We're gonna continue. You know, some of us have done this, some of us haven't, you know what I mean? So we're working on the chemistry and stuff like that. But we're gonna get it, man. And while we're getting it, we're still gonna continue to give you great content. So just keep rocking with us, man. You know what I'm saying? Until next time, until next episode, Hip Hop Marvels. Peace.
What up, young Wizzy? You a genius, partner.